Guys, I've got something so serious to say right now. I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back. But now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. I'm kidding. I'm not going to burst your eardrums this early in the video. I'll wait until the 12-minute mark, of course. But hi, welcome or welcome back to Garden Reads It All. I am, again, having a bit of a crisis. You know, it seems like a regular occurrence over here. But the main crisis is that I have one of my best friends coming to stay over the weekend in 2 days. And this place is a shithole. This place is a shithole. Like, this library doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense. I thought it did to begin with. You know, I did my library tour back in January 2025, and there have been quite a lot of changes since then, honestly. But yeah, I'm just kind of a little bit appalled at the current state of the place. Like, it looks tidy and stuff, don't get me wrong. It's the organisation. The organisation is appalling. So grab a bev, no, not your mother. Because this could be a little bit of a weird one. I feel like I'm just going to take you around. I'm going to explain the situation. I do have a pretty big unhaul as well, so that I could make room for things. And it's going to be a step-by-step process because at the minute, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this. So let's get into it together. If you end up enjoying, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. So my little soda pops, what should I do first? Should I show you kind of the state of the place? And then I'll let you know what I've kind of unhauled, because I feel like I have some explaining to do. Right, in this here room, we have all of the middle grades now fitting into one bookshelf, which is quite impressive considering how I used to have so much more. And the fact that these all fit in one bookshelf now is a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. So on this, this shelf doesn't really have rhyme or reason. This is what is causing me a lot of drama right now, a lot of headaches. So I moved the Agatha Christie books from the bottom of the classics and these weird random, fantasy books that I got from Broken Binding. Like, that's right in the middle of all the classics, just because, you know what I mean. So we have the classic shelves, and I used to have Agatha Christie at the bottom, but we ran out. We ran out of room for Agatha Christie. So we've kind of had to work with what we've got. And the sizes of the shelves also is a big factor into what I do. So also over here we do have, I feel like these are okay. Like, this is fine over on this side. These are all the young adult and adult hardbacks, paperbacks, A to Z going along this way, which is how I like it. So I feel like over here is fine. What I'm struggling with is kind of the classics, because I feel like having this shelf is just a little bit too random. And this is honestly the one that gives me the most headaches. So yeah, I have all Agatha Christie, which I moved over here. And then I've got my Bridgerton set. Like, why? Why is that there? I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm like, there's no reason why it should be there. And then I have my Alice Oseman shelf. And then I have the graphic novels, because why not? I did used to have the middle grades going along here as well. So the middle grades would be all the way down there, and then the top two there. And then it would be Alice Oseman, graphic novels, and then a little bit of Brandon Sanderson and Stephen King. And then I do have some random box sets there, so I have The Wizard of Oz and Percy Jackson. And then this is just a random shelf as well of random shit. And Nessa Rose's legs from Wicked. So, yeah. This one is just causing me the biggest headache of all, because I just don't know what to do, really. So I'm looking at it now. I'm like, how am I going to rearrange all of this? Because if I don't have Agatha Christie there, where's she going to go? And so if I have Agatha Christie there, and then maybe I should put mysteries, maybe, but I don't own enough mysteries to justify pretty much a full shelf for it. So what goes next to Agatha Christie that would make sense? You know what I mean? Heartstopper? I don't think Agatha Christie and Heartstopper go together, unfortunately. So I'm like, how can I change it? How can I make it different? I'm like, what's the vision? What is the vision? I mean, blackness, because I can't say anything. My mind's eye is not presenting me a scenario that would work. I was thinking maybe an author showcase kind of thing. So if I have a lot of one author, maybe that would work. I was thinking maybe a bit of Brandon Sanderson, but then I'm thinking Agatha Christie next to Brandon Sanderson. How does that make sense as well? Oh God, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to decide what to actually do with this shelf in particular. So it feels like maybe the best scenario is to move Agatha Christie back, but then I've got no room. I mean, I could. Hang on. Move all of these Broken Binding hardback books, and maybe I can just do loads of special editions on this shelf. But then will Heartstopper, the entire Heartstopper Alice Oseman shelf, will that fit if I do that? And plus, Stephen King won't fit either. And I want all of Stephen King's books together. I don't want to put Stephen King in with this because then I won't have any room. Like, I'm struggling for room. I've got like that bit of space there at the bottom. And that's about it. But I'm thinking maybe it would be better to have some kind of special edition / author showcase here. Because I feel like having the Bridgerton set here is probably good. It's Agatha Christie. She's ruining everything, as per usual. So yeah, I feel like maybe I have to change that. Also, where the hell am I going to put my graphic novels? What am I going to do with that? Maybe I could try and get rid of another shelf of middle grade and put the graphic novels over there. Or maybe, actually, maybe I could put the graphic novels in the manga room, which would make sense, right? It would make sense to put them in here. The thing is, though, I don't really have room. I don't really have room for it, so I need to move this chair. So yeah, like, my manga in Manhwa takes up all of that. Now, I do have my One Piece bookcase, and I mean, I could try and make room on here, like maybe put them at the bottom or something. But I'm just like, that's my One Piece bookcase, you know? And this is my nostalgia bookcase, and it's super full. I can't get anything more in there. Like, I'm actually struggling for space here because I can't even fit the Fiestry books in there. Like, they should go on the bottom. I can't even fit them in. So, so what am I gonna do, Ash? What am I gonna do? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, you're so beautiful. Why does it feel right every time I let you in? So should I just show you all the books I'm gonna unhaul? And then we'll take it from there. Because when we come back to try and rearrange things, maybe there'll be some more that I could get rid of. And by get rid of, I mean donate to my library. Oh, you are so adorable. How am I supposed to work with you, eh? Ah. Yeah, there's about like 70-ish books here that I kind of want to unhaul. I've already got some in a box ready to just go. And these ones I do need to put in a box, which I will do. But yeah, I'll explain why I'm getting rid of these ones and which ones I have read and unread too. I actually think there's quite a few here that I've already read. And I've just been really good with reading recently and knowing books that I want to keep and not keep. So I've been like unhauling as I've been going, essentially. I'm in my bedroom right now because there's like no room in my library, is there? That's a bad angle for me. Oh shit, that is not my side. So we have the only one left, Riley Saga. Not a fan of Riley Saga. This was the only Riley Saga book that I owned and I gave it a little go, but I DNF'd it pretty early on. Oh, Iron and Embers and Rose and Chains. I just got pretty much from the Romantasy Fairy Loot box, and I'm going to cancel that box now because I feel like a lot of the picks have just been like big misses for me recently. But I still have the Fairy Loot Epic Fantasy one, so I'll still get the early access. One of the main reasons why I kept the Romantasy one was because it was the only Fairy Loot subscription I had, so I wanted the early access stuff. But yeah, these came in, and I was like, I don't give a shit. Genuinely do not give. I do not want to read this. And Iron and Embers, I think could be good, but I think it's part of another series. And I think I can still read this on its own, but kind of not at the same time. And I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to be bothered with that. I'm just a simple gal. Model Home River Solomon, I have read recently, but I can't tell you what I think of it because it's coming up in a vlog in a couple of months. But this isn't a sign that I didn't like it. It's just that I don't think I would ever reread it. And it doesn't really need to be on my shelves, you know? So I hope that didn't give anything away. The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. I read this one last year and it was fine. It was okay. My hopes for it were maybe a little bit too high, so I was a little bit underwhelmed, but it's going. I feel like my library will make use of this. I have like, is this like Litjoy crate or something? It was the only Litjoy crate thing I ever got, but it's Twin Crowns, and I already own like the paperbacks of these, so I don't really need another copy of it. But I love these authors so much and I just wanted to support them essentially, and that's kind of why I have this. But I don't need multiple copies. Like, I've got my paperbacks personally signed and dedicated, so it's fine. Cat Who Saved Books, also read this one, and again, it was okay. It didn't really blow me away. The Gift by Sebastian Fitzek. I did read this one recently for Summerween, and I wasn't the biggest fan. Loved the start of it, but I just wasn't really a big fan of it after that. And I've got all my thoughts of this in my Summerween vlog. This one might hurt a little bit. Because I did read the first book recently and I did enjoy it, but it's the Gregor the Overlander series by Suzanne Collins. It was very good, but I kind of really don't fancy continuing the series, to be honest. Middle grade fantasy is, well, it used to be my favorite genre. Now it's probably like my least favorite genre at the minute. So I kind of know myself, and I just feel like it'll take too long for me to get to book 2. And by that point, I'll have forgot what's happened in book 1. So I've read one of these, but I haven't read the other 4. But a whole series, a whole middle grade series for the children's section in the library. Amazing. I would rather give them all of them rather than just the first book. Hurricane Child and King of the Dragonflies by Case and Calendar. I love King of the Dragonflies. It's actually one of my favourite middle grade books, but not one that I will ever reread. And I never really got around to Hurricane Child, but both of these are going to be fantastic for LGBTQ plus representation in the library. Got some manga as well. I've got Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 6. I actually accidentally bought this one when I already had it. It's one of those things where I thought I updated my spreadsheet with all the volumes that I have, and when I looked at my spreadsheet before I bought this in the 3 for 2 offer in Forbidden Planet, I only had up to Volume 5 apparently, but when I got home, I had Volume 6 on my shelves. Oh, great. And one of the cats has gone in a litter box. I knew they would. And then I'm also going to get rid of Little Witch Academia, Volumes 1 to 3. I didn't really like these. I have read them. I read them years ago, but I didn't really like these. I feel like you have to watch the adaptation because that one's a lot more cohesive. This one's just a little bit too messy, a little bit too hard to follow. Out of the Blue by Jason June, I read recently as well in my Snake Across My Bookshelves video, and I didn't like this. I ended up DNFing it. I Think They Love You by Julie Winters. This one was good, but not one that I would ever reread, and I still had my issues with this one as well. Halloween Fiend by C.V. Hunt, I read recently too, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I thought it was very underwhelming. Got 2 James Herbert books. I read The Magic Cottage for my Emboss or Toss, and it's getting tossed, and I decided just to unhaul Ash. Not you, Ash. I thought I would unhaul this one as well because it's like the 3rd book in a series, and I just don't think I'll ever read it, and it came in a book box, and yeah, a book box I no longer own, by the way. A couple more from Emboss or Toss. We have Lemon by Kwon Yu-sun, which I did read, didn't love, and You Are Nothing, which was just a joke book anyway, so it can go. I don't think my library would accept that though, because the humour is something. The Book of Hopes by Catherine Rundle. This came out during COVID, and it was kind of like a collaboration with a lot of middle grade writers, and they just like wrote like stories and stuff in there, which is so lovely. Like you got Michael Morpurgo, Catherine Rundle, Lauren Child, Anna James, like just like lots of amazing authors and stuff. I think this one would just benefit being in the library. And I read some stories. I will include this as being read. I read some of the stories. I didn't read all of the stories, but I'm still going to include as read because I feel like I should. Far From Agrabah, Aladdin. I was definitely in my Aladdin phase when the live action came out, but I didn't actually get around to reading this, and I just think it's too late now. I should have read this when I got it. Genuinely no longer interested. Oh, Scritch Scratch by Lindsay Curry. I love this, by the way, one of my favourite middle grade horrors, but it's one that's just taking up shelf space without any more uses, honestly. So I feel like this one will benefit the library. This was also one that I gave my own black sprayed edges to, even though it looks shit with them. I did not do a good job with the black sprayed edges. I did that myself. So hopefully the library will be able to take it. Then I also have the entire Small Spaces series by Catherine Arden. I read them all. Very enjoyable, very good series. And again, I would rather donate the entire series rather than just like 1 or 2. So all of them are going, but I have read this series and it's very, very good. Now we need to go into the box. I will box the other one up. I don't have enough boxes. I'll box the other ones up. And then this is all I've got boxed up. Oh, people are probably going to hate me for this, but it took up so much shelf space. And I kept saying I was going to read it, and then I just never did. The time's passed, unfortunately. It is the Inkheart series by Cornelia Funk, or Funke, I'm not sure. I'm so sorry, like these are beautiful, absolutely. It's one of those things again where I either keep the entire series and just let it gather dust on my shelves, or I just get rid of it because I've lost interest in it, you know what I mean? And there is potential for me to like this, but as I said, middle grade fantasy at the minute is just not cutting it for me whatsoever. I just don't think I will end up enjoying it. We have K-Player by Kelly Yang. I haven't read this one, but I have read the other books by Kelly Yang. I love this series. It's great. Great middle grade contemporary, but I won't reread. The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I did say I wanted to do the other Rick Riordan series like Heroes of Olympus, King Chronicles, but this was like the only King Chronicles book that I had. It's an old edition. I got it when it first came out, I think. Yes, it's this edition published 2011, so I've had it a long time. And I have read this before. I read this for a Patreon book club years ago, but I need to continue the series, and I just don't feel like reading the series or any Rick Riordan series, honestly, anytime soon, unfortunately. Oh, this one hurts a little bit too, but it's also the Dragon Realm series by Katie and Kevin Sang. Love this. And look, I've got all of the Waterstones editions as well with the amazing stenciled edges. But again, this is going to get so much use from the library, I think. Like, a series about dragons, like that's going to do amazing at the library. And I think people would love these. And I read the first 4, but I still had Dragon Destiny, Dragon Force to read. There is a little World Day book in the middle there as well that they can have. Secret of Birds and Bone, I already own a different copy of and I've read it. Girl of Ink and Stars as well is another one where I own a different copy of. Haven't read it yet though. Charm Life by Diana Wynne Jones, haven't read it, but I'm not really that interested anymore. But I do have House Moving Castle and Castle in the Air that I'm going to also donate. I have a different copy of this, it's a Fairy Loot copy of it, and I love the story, and I haven't continued on with the series, but I do have the other Fairy Loot copies coming at some point. Read, Scream, Repeat by Jennifer Killick is like just a short story horror anthology thing. Money Midnight by Laura Ellen Anderson, amazing book, I loved it, but it's just not really my thing anymore. But I do love Laura Ellen Anderson, I think she's awesome. And I've got like two like of the older Terry Pratchett books that I thought I would give, but I feel like these are so late in the series that I don't really like need them anytime soon. I have different editions of like the first 4 books, which I'm going to get to at some point. I'm still in a bit of a slump, but I do want to get to those Terry Pratchett books, and I feel like by the time I get to like The Way Free Men, which does sound like a series that I will enjoy, it's the Tiffany Aiken series, and I think it's like witches and stuff. I feel like I will enjoy it, but there'll be a different edition I'll get at that time, which could take a few years, so I just don't really want it on the shelf at the minute. I do really need the space. And I also will be unhauling the entire Lockwood & Co series. I read the first book for Middle Grade Monthly back in like 2021, and it's been 4 years and I still haven't continued. I'm sure it's an amazing series and I did enjoy the first book, but again, the time has unfortunately come where I know I will not get to it. I don't think I'm ever going to get to it, unfortunately. Oh, I also have the entire Jumbies series by Tracy Baptiste. This is a series that is really, really good, by the way. I did very much enjoy them when I first read them years and years and years ago at this point, I think 2020. The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place, The Mysterious Howling, had this on my shelves and have never really felt like I'd wanted to pick it up, honestly. Sword in the Storm by T.H. White, I have read this and it's very good. Very, very good. But I don't need to reread. I have the entire Clock of Stars series, which I read the first book and I thought it was great. Love the illustrations by Chris Riddell as well. It gave me the Edge Chronicles vibes, which I love, but I don't think I will be able to continue the series. Again, middle grade fantasy, just not my thing anymore. Unless something really changes that for me, I don't see it change anytime soon. And then the last two, we have No Ordinary Thing by J.Z. Schmidt. I think it's like a Christmassy book. I didn't get to read it. And The Strange and Deadly Portraits of Bryony Gray by A. Latimer. I read this one back in like 2017, 2018, whenever it came out. It's a very good, like Dorian Gray inspired middle grade. It is so good. I really enjoyed it, but I don't really need to keep it on my shelves anymore. I also think this might be harder to get hold of now, potentially. And so the kids at the library will be able to read a book that they won't otherwise be able to access. So those were all the books that I had already like pre-unhauled. So at least you are now up to date. We are all caught up with that. And again, I'm so sorry for the Inkheart books. I feel like that's the one that will most likely hurt the most. Actually, you love all the books that I'm unhauling. You want to get in the box? Want to get in the box? It's a box for you? Yeah. Let's pack you up and take you to the library. I'm sure the kids will love you there. You're all I can think of, every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Yes, you are. You're my little soda pop. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, look how gorgeous you are. I was just about to put all the books back in the box so I could clean up and crack on with my video. But I guess I can't do that now. We're going up, up, up. It's our moment. Whoa, I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm gonna be. Okay, so what are we doing about this then? Come on. How are we going to help? I genuinely, again, I have no clue. So I do feel like we have to get rid of the graphic novels from this bookshelf. Like, they just do not fit. They did when it was, like, middle grade and then, like, young adult graphic novels and novels and then graphic novels. That made sense. But now it just doesn't make sense. Maybe what we can do is, what about, like, favourite authors? Like, maybe favourite series, potentially, we could have on, like, these shelves. So it would make sense. Well, I wouldn't say Agatha Christie is a favourite author, but I would say I love solving her mysteries. So that could still fit. And then that would mean like the Alice Oseman shelf will still be able to stay there because Alice Oseman is one of my favourite authors. So yeah, it's just this. But then I'm like, I can't fit it in the manga room. I can't do it. I might have to like, I know I'm not going to buy any more bookshelves. That is fucking ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. But what I could maybe do is we could maybe try and... I didn't really want to do this, but like unhaul a few more because I do have some like middle grade graphic novels here, so I really didn't want to have to unhaul anything else. Let's try. Oh, I could also like move like the Percy Jackson books. I don't know if you can really see them, but I do have like the really beautiful Percy Jackson Lumicrate books up there that I could put on like the maybe like a favourite series kind of shelf. I wouldn't call Bridgerton a favourite series either. I would say those are some of my favourite editions, but Bridgerton is not a favourite series. I ended up reading all of them for a vlog, and I think I only really enjoyed like maybe 3 of them or something. So I could do that, and that will give me some room as well, because it does need an entire shelf. I would have to unhaul an entire shelf. Part of me is wondering, should I just do this and get rid of all of the Jennifer Killick books that I have? I feel like so many people are going to be shouting at me. You know what? The lighting is terrible here. I'm just going to move you. Just going to move you a little bit. So yeah, I think maybe I might unhaul my entire Jennifer Killick books. Unfortunately. I just never got around to reading these. And again, like the amount of times people told me to read Jennifer Killick, I get it. I get it. So I might have to just do that because I feel like it's just past my time now. What else? Should I get like rid of another series? Like, I did love this series. I actually still haven't read the last book, but I love the Arrow Shah books by Roshni Chokshi. I love these. These were all so good. But I do have the first 4 books there. I don't have the 5th one. And I don't think I'm going to get it. So it probably makes sense to just get rid of it, because I don't think I'll reread them before reading the 5th book either. So at least I feel like I'm just focusing on getting rid of series now at the minute. But at least I've read all of those ones. I'm not getting rid of them because I haven't read them. I have read them. I'm done hiding now. I'm shining like I'm gonna be. God, I'm so good. I have all the Heroes of Olympus books. Should I unhaul those? Because I could unhaul that series as well. I did get rid of the King Chronicles. So I'm like, should I just get rid of Heroes of Olympus too? I have them all in paperback. Yeah, I have all of these in paperback. So again, I just don't fancy any more Rick Riordan. I really did love the Percy Jackson books when I read them pretty much for the first time a couple of years ago, and I said I was going to do a whole series reading them all, and I have no interest anymore. Too much time passed. I have no interest. Sorry, the Rick Riordan girlies. I apologise. That might be enough to give me a whole shelf. Okay, let me get back to you. This might actually have already been enough to get rid of. And also, while I'm doing this, I could listen to an audiobook and, you know, knock 2 birds with 1 stone by actually making progress with reading. Even though I'm slumpy, there is an audiobook that I need to listen to. Or I could listen to the K-Pop Demon Hunter soundtrack for the 20th time today. And don't give me, oh, that's rookie numbers, 20 times. I got up 55 minutes ago. Right, you stunning creatures. I do have a shelf. And I would have done middle grade to the top to pretty much the bottom and then put all the graphic novels on the bottom shelf. Mainly because these are heavy and having them at the very top of the shelf does scare me a little bit. But the shelves at the bottom are too small. Like the height of them, too small. They will not fit the graphic novels. So they will have to go at the top. I think it's probably like makes the most sense to do that. Otherwise, they could have went in the middle here. But would it really make sense to do like middle grade hardbacks, graphic novels, including like The Walking Dead in Saga, and then middle grade paperbacks? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. So I think having the graphic novels at the very top shelf will help. And I am going to unhaul a couple more books. We have Beauty and the Beast, Lost in a Book, which same deal as Aladdin. You know, the live action came out. I was a little bit taken by it. The animated one is definitely superior, don't get me wrong, but I do really enjoy the live action Beauty and the Beast. And so if I had read this then, I would have enjoyed it. And Wildalo Accidental Apprentice is one that, again, middle grade fantasy just isn't really doing it for me. So that's 2 more books getting unhauled, and it's really helped with the space on the shelves. So we got a shelf space for the graphic novels, and then we can finally sort out what the hell to do with this shelf. Yeah, I feel so much better already. And there we go. The graphic novels have gone from there to up here. And you know what? It doesn't seem like unsturdy or anything. Those are like the heaviest, I guess. And with them lying down, I think it's fine. Obviously, like, again, not the safest. You're probably disliking this video right now because you're thinking, Gavin, you're going to die. You're going to die. But, you know, and it's not like I have many graphic novels anyway. Like, this is a shelf I very, very rarely go to. So to have it up in the top corner, a little bit out the way, does kind of help situations. So, yeah, that's the entire, I guess, graphic novels and middle grade shelf. Two things that I don't really gravitate towards all that much. So, we still have our problem with this shelf being a hodgepodge. So it could probably be good to have this bookshelf as my hodgepodge shelf. Because I love that word as well, hodgepodge. Great, great word. But I'm kind of like, should I move Agatha Christie down to like the very, very bottom, maybe? And I keep Stephen King around about there because the shelves do get smaller and smaller, so I can't really fit hardbacks down here. So it would be good to have more of the, you know, like paperback people. And I could have Agatha Christie after Stephen King, potentially. Move the Brandon Sanderson stuff. I do have more Brandon Sanderson that I could put a little bit further up as well. Oh man, I don't know. Like, should I put like special editions like these over there as well? And move Agatha Christie. I think I might just do that. I might move Agatha Christie back over here. And just have her spill over into two shelves. And have, yeah, like an array of series that are in some kind of special edition format. And even not even then, but like, I say for instance, I have all the Dungeon Crawler Call books, one of my favourite series at the minute. So it could just literally be favourite series. And some beautiful series as well, because I'm not going to lie, I haven't read this series. I've only read the first book in this series. Haven't read this series. I've only read the first book in this series and wasn't the biggest fan. So even if I move all of these over on this side, it's not like it's going to be like my absolute favourite series. But it could just be a lot of the special editions that I own where there's... Okay, actually, back to me. Okay, what if it is author showcase? This is what this is going to be. If I have more than 5 books from an author, they can live on this shelf. How does that sound? Okay, maybe 4 more books, because I would like to put the Aragon books over here. In Dungeon Crawler Call, there are 6 books that I own. The 7th book is coming out soon, so there'll be 7 books to put on here too. So I think author showcase, yes. Does mean that I can most likely get some more room from this side as well to put over here. And yeah, that would solve quite a few problems. Yeah. Okay, let's try author showcase.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. And this time I'm mistaken for letting you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream, are we having fun yet? Yeah.
Okay, we hit a snag, and one of the reasons why the Agatha Christie books are at the very bottom is because this heifer, the size of these hardbacks, doesn't bloody fit on this shelf or this shelf. Only fits on the bottom shelf, and it could fit on this shelf and this shelf. However, these are my classics, and these are my classics. And obviously, like, those are the classics at the very bottom as well. But, like, this is my favourite shelf because I love these editions so freaking much. So much. And I'm like, should I put Agatha Christie, like, starting from this point? But then that dragon thing doesn't belong next to Agatha Christie. It belongs next to A Song of Ice and Fire. Which I feel like maybe I should just move that, shouldn't I? See, I have A Song of Ice and Fire up here as well. But it doesn't go up there. Like, that won't fit up there. I don't have enough room for that all the way at the top. They don't pay me enough for this. Okay, I'm going to listen to Your Idol, and then hopefully by the end of the song, I'll know what to do.
must have damn near killed you, and this is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream out, we haven't fun yet. Yeah, 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 no, yeah.
So I do think the classics is done, essentially. So yeah, I want to keep my puff and cloth bound editions in eyesight so that in my videos you can still see them in the background. I didn't want to have to put them at the very bottom where nobody can really see them, because the height is fine, because there is like a bit of a gap there. But yeah, got that going into here. And then just to bring it up a little bit, I've got like this little piece here, because like there are more coming out, and like I just kind of like want to make sure that this whole space can fit it. So yeah, I'll be able to add to that. And then it does go into, oh my gosh, they need to be moved around. I need to do that now. Yeah, I got some hard backs. There we go. Oh, and then also Carmilla needs to go like that. There, perfect. Now it's good. So yeah, it goes into the Agatha Christie hardbacks after some random little hardbacks of the classics. So yeah, Agatha Christie goes into the paperbacks. And so Agatha Christie goes all the way up to there. Then I've got Daphne du Maurier there, because I've got like this little cute Jamaica Inn thing, which is an actual replica of Jamaica Inn. So that goes in front of the book Jamaica Inn. So I like having the little Daphne du Maurier, like a little tiny section there. And then yeah, it goes into the other like Penguin classics, into the Oxford Wills classics, into the random ass classics, and some random shit at the end there. So there's quite a lot of room at the bottom there. I can maybe like move things and like maybe do a couple more face outs just to give it some more breathing room. But at the minute, I think classics is absolutely fine. So now we absolutely do need to sort this shelf out now and actually get the series that I feel like I want to put on there, and maybe go height order potentially, and then have Stephen King like more towards like the bottom bit, because that's where the paperbacks will fit. So I'll say what series that I kind of want to showcase, like some of my favorites, as well as some that are quite long. Like did I say like 4+ books? If there are a minimum of 4 books that can go on there, like again, I don't know if it's going to look good at the end of the day, the way that's looking in my mind, which is still kind of dark, and I don't really know exactly how I envision it. I think it's the only thing that I can do with the shelf. Is that my front door? Is someone knocking at this time? It's like the middle of the day.
Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance, I'm right there. If you get lonely, give this song another listen, close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise.
It took listening to the entire K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack all the way through for me to kind of settle on something that seems halfway decent. So it did make sense actually to have Heartstopper at the top, even though I really didn't want to. I wanted to be eye level so you could like see it properly, but it makes more sense to be at the top because I've got all the graphic novels now going all the way along. Well, graphic novels and then Alice Oseman's novels. So that just makes sense, I think. Like that looks good, even though Nick and Charlie are all the way at the top, and I didn't want that to happen, but, you know, it's just going to have to happen. So then, I was struggling for series that I could display here, and this is kind of what I've settled with, which is, again, like such a hodgepodge mix of things. But I only have, like, these face out for now because I know the Broken Binding are going to be releasing more of the Malazan books. So I've got those facing out because that space will be getting used when they come out. So I'll have those to put into there. And then randomly, the Gentleman Bastard series in the middle. Why not? I did really enjoy the first book, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of them. And with the Dragonborn chair, again, like, the first book was fine. I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars, and I do want to continue. I think it will be good as a whole. But yeah, there was room for improvement, definitely. And again, I think I'm just going to keep this one here for now, just to fill up the space. And when like more Malazan comes out, then it'll probably take up more space there. And then we have the Inheritance Cycle books here. And randomly, I have Bridgerton in the middle, but it's because I absolutely freaking love the way that they look. And I love it being in the middle of the shelf rather than just at the end. I'd rather it be in the middle. I think that looks pretty good. But it is a little bit weird that it is in the middle of a young adult series and a middle grade 2 young adult series. You know what I mean? It's like Percy Jackson grows up, and I hear that this also kind of grows up as the book goes on. So it's not exactly fully young adult, but that's kind of the vision for now. But I do love Bridgerton being in the middle. And you know what? It doesn't have to be Bridgerton. If you don't want it to be Bridgerton, it can just be random fancy looking house, you know? The pages are blank. There's nothing in there. So it fits. It fits, I promise. So I think that looks pretty good, like the way that looks. And then it goes down to a Brandon Sanderson shelf. I'm waiting for the next secret project to come. I think it's been dispatched. So I've got like a little gap there, but that's kind of Brandon Sanderson. And then I have Dungeon Crawler Call. And I see like how tight that is. Like it just fits. It just fits. And then that goes into Stephen King. And I do want to get more Stephen King books because I'm reading through all of his bibliography in publication order. So I will be getting way more. So I haven't really done too much to the bottom 2 shelves because that is going to end up getting filled up with Stephen King. I just know it. But obviously I'm not going to get all of them now. I'm kind of getting Stephen King books as I'm about to read them, essentially, so that I'm prepared for the next episode. But yeah, that will definitely be getting filled up in like the next couple of years. So I don't really have too much to write home about with the bottom 2 shelves at the minute. But I do think I like this a lot more than it was before. What do you think? Do you think it looks halfway decent? And then when you come over here and you see the classics, it's looking more uniform, I think. It's looking a lot more uniform. Now we're like, yeah, with the middle grades as well. I think it looks good. Way happier with it as well. Way happier. So I need to sort out all over here because there are just like gaps everywhere. Like I've got that over there. I've got those over there and there. And I still need to put the John Gwynne books on there as well. And it just needs a bit of a sorting out. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I guess that's my library room kind of sorted. There's always room for improvement. But I think it's probably going to be the best it's going to be at the minute. Yeah, let's just say how it looks when everything's put back and the gaps are filled. And my satisfaction might go up a little bit.
Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah, I've got so much left to say. If every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away, I'd write it all. Even more in love with me, you'd fall. We'd have it all. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 1,000 miles seems pretty far, but they've got planes and trains and cars. I'd walk to you if I had no other way.
I am starving, but I also think I am done. I didn't think it would take actually this long, and it's been a few hours, and I'm sweating. I feel gross. I feel hungry. But anyway, let me just show you around. Like, not much has changed. Like, the layout is pretty much still the same, but everything looks so much more neater now and lovely. Like, I do love, like, the assembly, the uniformity of this, and like the Billy bookcases in general as well. Like, I know people are like, oh, Billy bookcases are boring and stuff. Well, I don't judge other people's bookcases, honestly. So while you might think this is boring, hopefully this can still scratch that little itch in the back of your brain that gives you some kind of satisfied feeling. Hopefully. That's the least I can ask for. So yeah, this corner is going to be pretty much the same. Also, I just thought as well, because I'm going to be starting the Discworld series, and I may end up really enjoying them. So if I do, I can use one of these shelves for all of the Discworld books. I have some of them, wherever they are. Where's Pratchett? Oh, there. Yeah, I have some of them on the bottom here. I have the first 4, which I'll be starting soon. And I can only imagine like how great they'll all look together if I have like a Discworld shelf. But that's only if I enjoy them. I'll give it the first 10 books, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to continue or not. So that is all looking, I think, pretty good, if you ask me. And then, yeah, classics pretty much on there, looking pretty good too. And then, yeah, the young adult and adult A to Z is just looking just so uniform now. And I've got a whole empty shelf there too. I have so much room now, which is great, absolutely great. So I can fit more on as they come. I'm also thinking of putting this maybe on the wall here, like putting it on the wall. I think that could be good. And I will take these curtains down. Like, look at that. Like, I didn't do that. This was from when I moved in. Like, someone installed that curtain. Have you seen the state of it? It's not even level. It goes down. Like, what in the world? And those curtains are hideous. So I will get rid of those and stuff. Like, I will sort that out because that's just so dumb. I just need to, like, tidy up the little desk area here, essentially. And I need to put all these in the spreadsheet of the books I'm unhauling so I can send it to the library so they can see whether or not they want to accept them all. And also, you know where the Bridgerton set is? It is the perfect place to put the camera. Like, it fits on that part of the shelf and it's like the exact height I need it. So there's just so much multi-purposeness with these shelves and it works beautifully, absolutely beautifully. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I really need to do anything in the manga room because there's nothing really I can do with the nostalgia books, to be honest, so that I can fit in those Fear Street books. I might try and do a little bit of organization in there in one of my other vlogs, rather than do like another video where I'm like, oh, so in my manga room. I might just do, I might do that on my manga channel, actually. I do have a channel dedicated to manga, so if you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. I might do it on there, and then sort that room out with all the nostalgia books too. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. This was a little bit of a random one, but I did want everything to look nice for my friend coming in a couple of days, and I think I succeeded. Maybe. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you like the organization or not. Or maybe you had some better ideas for how better to lay my library room out. I would love to hear them. So please leave all the comments down below. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.